Have you ever wondered what happens to animals after they die in the wild? It's a thought that perhaps seldom crosses our minds, yet it's a natural process as old as life itself. A process that plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of our ecosystem. In the grand tapestry of life, every creature, be it the tiniest insect or the largest elephant, has a role to play. Life and death are two sides of the same coin, each feeding into and sustaining the other in a continuous cycle. This, my friends, is the circle of life, and today we're going to delve deeper into this fascinating, if somewhat somber, topic. The circle of life is a concept that encapsulates the interconnectedness of living beings. It's a cycle of birth, growth, reproduction, aging, and eventually, death. It's a continuous process, one that ensures the survival of species and the balance of our ecosystems. When an animal dies in the wild, it doesn't just mark the end of a life, it's the beginning of another chapter in the circle of life. The nutrients that once fueled the life of the deceased animal return to the earth, enriching the soil and providing sustenance for other forms of life. It's nature's way of recycling, of making sure nothing goes to waste. But it's not just about recycling nutrients. The death of an animal also opens up opportunities for other creatures. Scavengers, decomposers, and predators all have roles to play, each contributing to the circle of life in their unique way. While the topic of death can indeed be somber, it's essential to remember its significance. Death is not merely an end, it's a transformation, a transition point in the grand scheme of life. It's a process that, while often unseen, is integral to the functioning of our ecosystems. So, as we embark on this exploration, let's remember the importance of every stage of life, from the first breath to the last. After all, death, though somber, is an integral part of the ecosystem. When an animal dies in the wild, the first stage that occurs is decomposition. Decomposition is a natural process, a fascinating spectacle of life meeting death, and the beginning of a journey that starts almost immediately after an animal takes its last breath. It's the first act in a play of transformation where the departed animal's body becomes a bustling hub of activity, a testament to the relentless cycle of life and death. Now, you might be wondering, what sparks this process? The answer lies within the animal itself. You see, each living creature is a universe of its own, teeming with billions of microorganisms. These microscopic tenants, which include bacteria and enzymes, reside within the animal during its lifetime, living in a somewhat harmonious relationship. But once the animal dies, these microscopic life forms become the architects of decomposition. In the absence of the body's immune system, these bacteria and enzymes start an intricate dance of disassembly. They begin to break down the tissues, feasting on the cells, and gradually converting the complex structures of the body into simpler substances. It's as if nature has its own cleanup crew, working tirelessly to ensure that nothing goes to waste. The process of decomposition is not merely about destruction, it's a process of transformation and recycling. The tissues that once enabled the animal to live, breathe, and move are broken down into simpler substances. These substances, rich in nutrients, seep into the ground, enriching the soil and providing sustenance for the plants. So you see, even in death, every animal contributes to the circle of life. Its body becomes a feast for microorganisms, its nutrients a lifeline for the plants, and its remains a reminder of the relentless march of time. Decomposition is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new cycle, a testament to the intricate interconnectivity of life. Decomposition is nature's method of recycling, returning essential elements back to the earth. While decomposition is at work, nature sends in its cleanup crew, the scavengers. These are the animals and insects that swoop in or crawl up to finish the job that death has started. Vultures, for instance, are one of nature's most efficient cleanup crews. With their keen eyesight and incredible sense of smell, they can spot a carcass from miles away. Once they descend on the remains, their sharp beaks and claws tear through skin and muscle, consuming almost every scrap. Vultures can strip a carcass clean in a matter of hours, leaving only the skeleton behind. Hyenas, on the other hand, are known for their powerful jaws that can crush bones. They consume not only the flesh, but also the bones, leaving behind almost no trace of the animal. This ability to consume bones allows hyenas to extract essential nutrients that other scavengers can't access. But it's not just these large scavengers that play a critical role in nature's cleanup process. Insects, particularly flies and beetles, are also part of this crew. They lay their eggs in the carcass, and their larvae, or maggots, feed on the decaying flesh. This not only helps break down the remains, but also provides a vital food source for these insects. Scavengers play a vital role in preventing the spread of diseases by consuming decaying matter. By quickly consuming a carcass, they help to reduce the risk of disease transmission to other animals. So while their job may seem gruesome to us, it's crucial for the health of the ecosystem. Interestingly, scavengers aren't just taking from the ecosystem, they're also giving back. The nutrients they consume from the carcasses are returned to the soil when they defecate, helping to enrich the environment and promote plant growth. Scavengers, often seen as grim, play an essential role in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. They are nature's cleanup crew, ensuring that nothing goes to waste and that life in all its varied forms continues to flourish. After the scavengers have done their part, what remains of the animal is typically the skeleton. This is the point where the process of skeletonization begins. It's a fascinating, albeit a bit macabre, part of nature's recycling program. Skeletonization is the process where the last vestiges of soft tissue are removed from the bones, leaving only the hard skeletal structure behind. It's a task that falls to the smaller decomposers, the unsung heroes of the decomposition process. These smaller decomposers, such as beetles, ants, and other insects, get to work on the skeleton. They're nature's cleanup crew, taking care of the bits and pieces that the larger scavengers have left behind. These insects, particularly the beetles, are incredibly efficient in cleaning the bones. They crawl into the smallest crevices, gnawing away at the remaining bits of flesh and cartilage, leaving behind nothing but the stark white of the bone. But the process doesn't stop there. Over time, even bones, as hard and sturdy as they are, begin to break down. This is largely due to the work of bacteria and fungi, which slowly but surely decompose the bone. This is a much slower process than the previous stages of decomposition, taking several years, even decades, depending on the size of the bone and the environmental conditions. As the bones break down, they return valuable minerals like calcium and phosphorus back to the soil. These minerals are then taken up by plants, which in turn provide nourishment for other animals. In this way, the decomposed remains of an animal contribute to the health and vitality of the ecosystem. So, while it's easy to view death as an end in nature, it's really just a part of a continuous cycle. The animal's life may have ended, but its body serves a crucial role in supporting the lives of countless other organisms. Even in death, animals contribute to the circle of life, providing nourishment for plants and other organisms. As we've seen, the death of an animal in the wild isn't the end, but a new beginning. Let's take a moment to reflect on this journey we've been on, a journey that begins and ends with life itself. As the curtain falls on the life of an animal in the wild, it sets the stage for the unsung heroes of the natural world, the scavengers and decomposers. Remember how the scavengers swoop in first? They're nature's first responders, the vultures, the hyenas, the insects, all playing a crucial role in the initial breakdown of the deceased. They are the harbingers of change, heralding the first stage of decomposition, reducing what was once a vibrant creature to mere bones and fragments. But the story doesn't end there. Enter the second wave of nature's cleanup crew, the decomposers. These are the fungi, the bacteria, the microorganisms that work their magic in the shadows. They break down the leftover organic matter, the bones, the fragments, into simpler elements. And it's here that the most profound transformation happens, a transformation that's easy to overlook, but is of incredible importance. These simpler elements, the nutrients, the minerals, the organic matter, they don't just disappear, they seep back into the soil, enriching it, nurturing it. This is nature's recycling program in action, where the end of one life contributes to the beginning of countless others. The enriched soil provides nourishment for plants, which in turn become food for other animals, perpetuating the cycle of life. So you see, the death of an animal in the wild isn't a final act, but rather a beautiful transition, an integral part of the continual ebb and flow of life's energy. It's a testament to the intricate balance and incredible resilience of the natural world. In the grand scheme of nature, nothing goes to waste. Every end is just a new beginning, just a new